EBS, we use CBS. So EBA is also used. EBA is one of the braking technology which is used in trucks and heavy trucks, heavy bodies. EBA. And CBS, which is your combined braking system, is also used in heavy bodies. So there are certain technologies in heavy. Right now we are talking about more about bikes. So that's why in most popular bikes or most of the bike we use ABS and CBS. ABS is, as we know, anti-lock braking system. So you can anti-lock, ABS is an anti-lock braking system which help you to stop a vehicle, which will help you to stop a vehicle without skipping canal. So in case of ABS, when you apply the brake, what is happening? Your vehicle will not skid. Your vehicle will not. So your vehicle will not skid in case of ABS. When you apply the brake, it will not lock your wheel. ABS is not only for this, it can be used for drums also. So it's not mandatory because there are many drum braking systems which are hydraulic drumming, hydraulic drum brakes. So drums are not only mechanical, ABS can be used for disc braking and drums also. And there was one doubt, just have a look, one doubt for ABS again. So Kanav and other guests, other participants, just have a look for the video of ABS. Guys, video is clear? Video and voice is clear? Please say yes or no, please. So that I can check. Yeah, net connectivity is okay. Yes. So now we will move further. Suspension system. So the video is completed. Actually, you can see what is happening. ABS, now brake is applied. Okay, Naveen, everything is okay for you. That's great. Okay, now suspension system. Okay. For ECU designing, if we talk about, in case of braking system, ECU is sometimes ECU is your, sometimes ECU is not required also, because what in case of braking, what is happening, how everything is maintained is the sensor is giving a command to a microcontroller, and that microcontroller equipped with ECU, your electronic controlling unit, which is providing guidance to your you can say controlling body, your pump, you can say. In case of car, there is a small pump. That pump is giving orders to your fluid flow, or orders in the sense it's opening and closing the valves of oil to maintain the pressure in case of ABS system. So I will just in the braking in more detail, I will explain you about braking calculation. So we will discuss that also. So first of all, we are talking about, now we are moving to suspension system, guys. So in case of suspension system, the first is your telescopic suspension and your USD. You know what is telescopic suspension, guys? Yes? Just have a look. Yes. Now in case of telescopic, this is your telescopic suspension. This beam bar, this is your telescopic suspension. Why we call it, yeah, why we call it telescopic suspension? Because it look like a telescope. 3 to 4 tubes are inserted in a single body. So that's why we call it a telescopic suspension. Now, can you tell me what is the difference between both the two images? One is Apache RTR and one is your BMW. So what is, yeah, it's shocker. Yeah, telescopic suspension is your shockers only suspension. What is the difference between this USD, your upside down telescopic suspension, and your upside down suspension, and the normal mounting? What is the difference? Why we use UDS, upside down? Okay, so I will just repeat. First of all, the most important thing is your telescopic suspension system. Telescopic suspension is a suspension assembly. Like in this, you can see that this is the body. This is the body which is connected to your lower wheel, and the movement is upside down. And in this case, this heavier body is mounted to the wheel, and it is moving up for better shock absorption. The most important, if I tell you in technical term, how many you know sprung mass or unsprung mass? Yeah, both are. Yeah, both the images are telescopic suspension, but one is upside down, one is mounted reverse, and one is mounting straight. What is unsprung mass and sprung mass? Okay, most important thing is sprung mass are those mass which are loaded on spring. Sprung mass is loaded on spring, and unsprung mass is not loaded on spring. So sprung mass is loaded on the spring, and unsprung mass is not loaded on the spring. Let's say you have a spring and you apply weight on it. So when the weight is applied on the spring, then it is called sprung mass. And when the weight is not on the spring, like in this case, you will see in the case of bike, you will see on the wheel is not part of the suspension here. So the unsprung mass is your wheel. Means what, your wheel of the bike is a unsprung mass. If we talk about case of cars, your wheels are not load of your spring. The load of spring is the body. In the same cases, what is happening? The body of the bike is your mass, and if we talk about telescopic suspension, that is your spring. Yes. So what is happening here? Unsprung mass and sprung mass. So when the load is on the spring, that is your sprung mass, and when the load is not on the spring, that is unsprung mass. Many of the said the question answer right. Why we use upside down? It provides you more stability. Means what, if you have less load on the tire or less weight on the tire, the braking will be very, very effective. So why we use ESD? To get stability, effective braking, avoid bending. So there are multiple features. So upside down is better, but they are expensive. You can see, that's why I showed you a BMW and ITR. So yeah, so Apache RTR. So you can see the difference. When you will see an expensive bike, you will see upside down suspension. Okay, I will explain sprung and unsprung mass again. Just listen it carefully, guys. Sprung mass are those masses on when it is loaded. Wait, I will just share you on the whiteboard, right? Okay, guys. So I will just share the whiteboard first. Yeah. So just I will erase this. Just have a look. I will just explaining. I am explaining your sprung mass and unsprung mass. Just have a look. Okay. So let's say this is a car. This body is a car, and these are the wheels. This is the body of a car. It is visible to everyone. Yes. These are the wheels. If the spring is attached like this, this is the spring. If the spring, S stands for spring. If the spring is attached in such a manner, so what is happening, guys? this body is called sprung mass because this body is loaded on where? On the spring. But when you will see the wheel, these wheels are not loaded on the springs. That's why we call it unsprung mass. Unsprung mass. These are what? Unsprung mass. So here in this example, your wheels are unsprung mass and your body is your sprung mass. So it's very important to get idea that what is a sprung mass and this body is sprung mass. Now the doubt is clear, guys? There was a doubt. So yeah, now the doubt is clear. In this case, you can see body is spring because it is loaded on the spring and the wheels which are not loaded on the spring. So in the case of bike, you have to make sure and why we are doing it. Guys, why we are doing it, we will talk this about in brake designing and brake calculation. Yes, in USD we reduce sprung mass so that the braking effect is less. Okay, guys, one more important question. What will happen when we reduce sprung mass? Yes, guys. Why we are talking about this? Lightweight, some people say lightweight, but what will happen? What drastic thing will happen? And handling, better handling, but that is the application or that is the benefit. But what is physically, in case if we talk about with the physics, what is happening? Why we are reducing mass? Any answer? I am asking answer to all of my engineers, 12th class, there might be graduate, people doing job. Why we are reducing the mass from wheel? Yes, Mohit, you are right, absolutely right. It's inertia. Yes, Shiv also right. Inertia, moment of inertia. Because as we know, inertia is directly proportional to weight, m into I square. M into I square for a wheel. I'm just talking about for a disc. So moment of inertia. What is inertia? When a body is moving, the opposed due to the mass of the body is moment of inertia. Because I will tell you this in braking calculations also, that how moment of inertia is related to your calculation of braking, dynamic load and distribution. So guys, it's clear now why we need less sprung mass. Yes, say yes. So I will just move further. Okay, so it's clear now why we need less sprung mass, because to reduce the moment of inertia, that inertia will help us to reduce the dynamic motion, dynamic flow. Okay, Akhil, there is a doubt, I will repeat. Everybody, we know that when the bike is moving, if the load on the wheel will be there, it will have a high moment of inertia. To reduce that inertia, we reduce the weight by using upside down suspension system. Yes, I am repeating it again. What is happening? Why we are using upside down in a telescopic? In a case of upside down, what is happening? When the suspension is mounted in the down position, so suspension is mounted in a down position, what is happening? Due to less weight on the wheel, the moment of inertia will be less. That moment of inertia will help you to provide effective braking, less vibrations and more stable. And unsprung mass should be reduced. Like there was a doubt, unsprung mass should be reduced. Many of the Formula team which will design the vehicle, they try to make their wheel assembly as light as possible. Because if you will reduce the unsprung mass, your braking, your momentum, your stability of the vehicle will be very, very high. And why we need to reduce unsprung mass? Because the vibration of unsprung mass is not absorbed. Because something is on the spring, the damper is there, it will absorb the energy. But which is not on the spring, it will not absorb the energy. It's clear, everyone? Doubt is clear? So just I'm moving further. We will talk more about suspension calculations, but I'm just giving you the overview so you can get the idea how to design and what are the parameters. Yes. So doubt is clear, everyone? Yes. Okay. So now we will move to steering system. I'm just giving the overviews because when you have to design a bike, it's very important to know the basic terms. Because if you want to be a designer, at least you should know the basic term. That's why we are talking about basics. And I feel you might have learned many new things we are talking about. I will talk about more practical. Yes, we will talk about mono and dual shock suspension also in the further session, because a complete session is there for suspension. So Madan, we will talk about monoshock and dual suspension. That will be fine for sure, because we okay. So we will move further. It's your steering system. Presentation voice video is clear, guys. Yes, please say yes so I can move further. Okay. Presentation is clear? Yes. Okay. Voice is clear. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your positive response with me. So in steering system, there are two types. One you might have not even seen if I talk about, which is HCS, which is hub center steering, and one is your fork handlebar mechanism. One is your fork handlebar mechanism. What is a fork handlebar? Your bicycle and motorbike. Simple motorcycle, your bicycle. One is your, which one is second one? Bicycle is your fork handlebar mechanism, which is simple assembly arranged. But where there is one more important is hub center steering, and hub center steering, which is you. Yes, we will share the PPT. Don't worry, Jashandeep. We will share the PPT with you. We will give you a lot of material, so you can in the later also you can study. Yes, presentation we will definitely share. Yes, it's fork handle. So I'm just moving to presentation now, guys. Yes. So I will just show you the video also, complete video. Yes, video. I will just there are certain, yeah, now PPT will visible. So what is happening here? So video, yes, Murli Krishnan. What I will do, the recorded session will be uploaded, and that recorded session you can see, and you can see later on. So you can see that, don't worry. So everything is recorded, so you will get a link on your mail. And guys, I will tell you, just check your mails every time. Check your mails every time, because mails is the best process to communicate. You have any problem, just get back on the mail. Okay. Now presentation is visible, guys. PPT is visible. Okay. Yes. Okay. If you have net problem, Govind, just check it, because everybody is joining. Now we are on the presentation mode. So yes. So we were talking about steering system, that is hub center and fork handle bar mechanism. We will share you definitely we will share you videos and everything. So don't worry if you miss. Yes. So if you need any videos, everything will be shared. So don't worry, and our team is always there for help on WhatsApp. So don't worry, you will get everything, every data, every material parallelly, because sometimes there is network issue. So you will get everything. You will get a recorded session, so you can see it easily. You can learn from it also. And you have a doubt after the session, you can just discuss with our team. That will be as easy as that. Okay, Dinesh, everything will be sent, and a company WhatsApp number. Many of you have company WhatsApp number, so that will be used. Okay, so now we are talking about steering system, a fork handle and center hub. Just have a look. This is your hub center steering system, and you will see it very rarely, but it is used in very high speed and very costly bikes. Have a look. This type of steering you might have not seen in many places. Yes. So Vignesh, we are always there for you. Just have a look. Guys, have a look for steering. Look for steering and suspension. So this type, yeah, it's damn good. Yeah, it's damn good. It's type of house center steering system, but it is used in very high expensive bike. You might have seen this in Batmobile, Batman movie. Yeah, just have a look. Video is clear, guys. Just say yes. So I will just continue video. We are on a video. Just have a look. Okay, Kanav. Okay, you are there. So this type we call it hub center HCS, which is used in most of the very expensive bike. So what is happening? Yes, Paras, it's amazing video. And what is happening here? Yeah, what is happening here? Yeah, just wait, Akhil, you will see it. So in this video, what is happening? What I mean to say is hub center, which is used in a highly expensive bike, because everybody can say, because you might have seen fork handlebar mechanism. Everybody has seen that? Say yes. If yes, fork handlebar mechanism. Everybody has seen fork handle like it has in your bicycle, in your motorbikes. Okay. So if we will talk about in steering calculation how to build a very good quality fork handle. We will talk about it. And what are the bearing, what type of bearings you should use, and what type of horse assembly we will use. We will talk about that. But when you will see a high-speed bike, like if we talk about a bad bike, in Batman you might have seen a motorcycle, you will see it rotated very fastly. This type of steering system is used in high-speed bike, and why we use this? Can anybody tell me why we use this type? Why? Why HCS? No ball bearing. Dinesh, no ball bearing. I will tell you. We use multiple types. Not steering ratio. Again, no steering ratio. That is the reason. Easy turning. Yeah. Vinny said a very right answer. High speed cornering. High speed cornering. Why we use HCS is when you need stability and high speed cornering at very, very, very high speed. So it's very important when you are working on a very high speed bike, you should look this type of steering system also, so you can get an idea. Yes, Urkana, you are absolutely right, for racing purpose. So we need this type for racing. You see, but one thing one of our guests said, right, to choose a desired ratio. Yes, it's little bit right, because with this type of, we will talk about in suspension, with this type of steering system, we get the desired ratios for steering. Anything you can get this type with this type of suspension, but these are very expensive, because you can see it's again the similarity of rear wheel. It's same as rear wheel, but with a steering system. So HCS is clear, guys. What is HCS? Yes, you just see this. Actually, just see this video. Yes, nominal fog. Yes, Pawar, absolutely right. I got your point. It's 1:1. Yeah, Yash is saying a very right thing. In normal steering, you will see there is 1:1 ratio. Means what, you move the handle and it get rotated. But for high-speed bike, you need variable ratios. So we use HCS there. Same case with suspension, you will see there is a bevel assembly. Here also we use different ratios. So we use this type of suspension steering system. So handlebar mechanism is clear and HCS is clear. Guys, it's clear. Shall we move? Yes? Guys, clear? Please say yes if it's clear to everyone. Any doubt here, please? Anyone, any doubt, guys? Okay. So now we are here with important parameters for designing. Now we talked about basic part. Detailing of every department will be done with the parallel study of the department. Today we will work with more about chassis, completion of chases we will do. You will get a task. Tomorrow we will do braking, steering and suspension. Braking, steering, suspension, and we will try to do motors also. Okay. So designing parameter, when you have to design, the most important thing you have to keep in mind is your safety, driver comfort and ergonomy. I will repeat, this is safety, driver comfort and ergonomy. So safety, why we need safety? I will just remind you again, just have a look. So in case of first designing, you need, because it's very important to design a safe bike. I will explain ergonomy. Salman, just wait a second. Ergonomy is comfort. Ergonomy is your comfort. That's why I gave you example of a Royal Enfield and an Activa. Have you ever tried to take an Activa to 1200 kilometer ride? Anyone? Activa to 1200? Anyone? Have you ever tried? No. Why not? Why not, guys? Why not? Because Activa is designed for city. Because it's sitting. Speed. Actually, speed can be compensated. You can go, yes, increase back pain. Increase back pain. Yes, you are telling right, Yash. It's not stable, one thing. Second, its ergonomy is not designed in such a manner that you can go more than 120. After 120 kilometer, what will happen? Back pain. After 120 kilometer, there will be a back pain. So it's, yes, Vikrant. Okay, one of the guests we have that Vikrant tried for 500 kilometer and the result was back pain. But if we talk about Royal Enfield, you can go with Harleys. With Harleys and Royal Enfield, you can go for 1200 or 1500, right? Yes, because they have a good ergonomy. And we will talk about that now. How to decide a good ergonomy for a bike. Okay, design according to for that. That's why we are here talking about Sabir. Because designing accordingly to ergonomic is very important. Safety is very important. So first we will talk about loads on a bike. So if we will talk about loads on a bike, the first load is your weight of the bike, occupant weight and dynamic loading. Is it right, everyone? Yes? Load of a bike is what? Bike weight, occupant weight and dynamic loading. Dynamic loading, what dynamic loading is? The loads due to the ground, the loads due to sometime bumps, the load due to steering, due to cornering. So dynamic loads are, you can say, variable, occupant weight and bike weight, or occupant load or bike load is constant. So you have to keep sure in the mind what is the weight. And whenever you will design a bike, the most important first is your application. Second, you will ask how many people will be sitting on this bike. Second step is how many people will be sitting on this bike. It will be single seated like a racing bike, or it will be a double seater, or it will be a three seater. Generally it's two seated. So it's very important to know the weight category, because when you will be calculating for motor, it's very important for motor calculation and load calculation. Okay. So now if we talk about safety, you have three images. Presentation is clear? Safety parameters, guys? Yes? Presentation is visible to everyone? Yes. Yes, Shyam, you can see that here you will see the difference between, you will see this image, ride motion, where there is a Land Cruiser, or you can say a cruise bike, or there is at the top which is a normal bike. You can see the difference why the bikes, you will see Indiana bike, they are 10 lakh rupees, 8 lakh rupees. They are designed in such a manner when you will be in impact. What will happen? You will not go like this. You will not go like this. You will not just fly off your bike. In case of racing bike, they cannot do land cruising. Why they cannot do land cruising type or cruise bike? Why cruise bike cannot be a race bike? Due to aerodynamics of a bike. So it's very important. While safety, you have to be very careful what type of sitting. Have you guys, you have seen Bajaj Avenger? Yes, you will lose. Yes, Jashandeep, right? Absolutely right. Yes, Bajaj Avenger. Everybody has seen it. Bajaj Avenger, you will see the difference between sitting position. Now, I will just show you how the difference between sitting position on one of our software we will use it, and you will see the difference of sitting positions in it. So, just okay, Bajaj Avenger bike, because when we talk about the sitting positions of a bike, it decides the safety features and the comfort for a bike. If we talk about Avenger, its sitting position is a bit different. I will just show you how it's the sitting position. So now what we will do, just we will see something on a software and we will get the idea. Yes, guys, this is software with window is visible. A bike is there. You can see everyone. Yes, guys. Yes, that's right. Yes, software window is available. You can see a bike here. That is an electric bike. Can you see everyone? Yes. So if we will see, if we will talk about the sitting position, okay. If we were talking about sitting position and comfort of a bike, I will just insert a mannequin. I will tell you the process also. This is the software we use for CATIA. We are using CATIA here. So this is just for explanation. You can do it manually on your bike also. So just what I will do, I will insert one human being. Okay. Now you will see a human being is here. So what we are doing, we are trying to just so that this guy can sit on this bike.